Welcome to Click for IB Biology. In this particular topic, we're looking at D3.1 reproduction. And in this video, we're going to be looking at how the flower leads to the fruit dispersal, which in turn, of course, leads to the seed dispersal. There's a PDF of this presentation that's linked in down in the description below the video, down there. And you can download that, annotate with your own notes. And then when we've finished, why not take the 10-question quiz, check out your answers, and that's a really good way to evaluate your own learning and indeed improve your own learning. And so in previous videos, we have discussed how the transfer of pollen grains to the carpels leads to the fertilization of the ovules, and once this process has occurred, then the petals, as seen here in this image of a tomato plant, they no longer have any function, and so they fall to the floor to decompose. When it comes to the central structures of the flower, as shown here, then what happens is that in turn there is no longer any need for the style, and there is no longer any need for the stigma, and so these structures shrink away and are greatly reduced. The plant continues with its photosynthesis in its leaves, of course, and will translocate into the ovary structure, into the walls of the ovary, carbohydrate. And this carbohydrate will accumulate within what is now going to be called a fruit. And this process causes the walls of the fruit to expand as they contain food in the form of sugars and various other molecules. The ovules, fertilized ovules, are in the center like this. Plants often at this stage take the opportunity to bring about coloring of the surface of their ovary wall, and we end up with a structure which recognizably looks like the tomato plant, in which we can see that the sepals are still present on this. This is the swollen wall containing the stored food, and within that, of course, with the slice of the tomato, you will be familiar with the seeds of the tomato plant, containing the actual embryos, as shown in my diagram here. Now, the purpose of the accumulation of these molecules of carbohydrates and sugars and so forth within the wall of the fruit is to aid in their dispersal. And the idea here is that with the fruit on the parental plant, we don't want that fruit falling into this location here, as the germination of that seed would result in a direct competition with the parental plant. And so many plants will have mechanisms of dispersal of their fruit, and the classic ones are animal dispersal, such as birds. The birds will feed on the fruits within the tree, and then they will fly off to other locations, and the fruits will pass through the digestive system of the bird, removing the swollen ovary walls of carbohydrate and food, which is valuable to the bird. And then the bird, when it defecates, will release the seed onto the ground, where it will germinate and grow, but at a distance from the parental plant. Another mechanism of dispersal is water, and so the seed may fall into water and be taken downstream. This is a very, very common mechanism as well. There is, of course, the option of wind dispersal, in which case the need to create the strong food content of the fruit is no longer necessary. And in this image, we're showing the dispersal of fruits on wing-like structures, such as known in the Dipterocarp trees, which occur in other parts of our syllabus. And so in summary, to remove the fruit away from direct competition with the parental plant, we have animals such as birds, elephants, pigs. We have water dispersal, and of course wind dispersal here. These are the three classic methods in which the seeds are dispersed away from direct competition with the adult plant. The videos which follow this are higher level videos, and they return to the process of human reproduction, and in particular to the process of puberty. There's a chance to subscribe to the channel. Please do that. It's very encouraging. And then on the right hand side, we've got the playlist with all the D3.1 videos included.